Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and it is extremely rare for me to admire a mainline politician, somebody who identifies with one party or the other, but Mike Gravel is that guy. And rest in peace, Mike. I just learned of his passing today. I was on the road all yesterday. I'm back in Iowa. I'm actually going to go to the Frontline Doctors thing in Des Moines, Iowa. I would suggest if you are in that area or you go check out their tour, and there's other dates that you can make, that you go do that. So I'll probably live stream a little bit from there, but we have to be very careful. YouTube took down yet another one of my videos, but didn't give me a strike. They took me down again for talking about them censoring. We're going to do a whole other video, but that's another great reason to make the Rokfin account. Get over to Rokfin, make the free account. That's where we're having an impact against all this censorship. And I see that Mike Jackman is in the chat. Mike Jackman, knew Gravel, and he was a decent man. And actually, I believe Mike, it was your post over on Facebook that I learned of his passing because, it's not all over the media. It should be. Yeah, he's one of the last honest politicians, whether I agree with him on some issues or not. And he did it really in the twilight of his career. Now, he ran in 2008. I believe he tried to run again in 2020, in 2016. He was an honest guy, and he talked about 9/11 truth. He spoke out against the Iraq war. He said Gitmo was a bad place and we need to get out there. And it actually, in those debates, I know that some of you have been with me long enough to watch the debate watch-alongs from 2007, where he stood up there with Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Joe Biden, right? And it was basically he and Dennis Kucinich that were really challenging the narrative, although everybody had a plan to get us out of Iraq at that point. Everybody had a plan to get us out of Gitmo. This guy was sincere. And we're going to play a bit of a speech from 2008, asking to become the president of the United States. I skipped over a few different things that actually were poignant. For instance, Howard Dean is sitting next to him, and he thanked Howard Dean back in 2004 for speaking out against the Iraq war, and now that it was conventional knowledge. He talks about, he even kind of jokes about how old he is, and he says, look, Washington needs adult supervision. This Mike Gravel probably isn't as sharp even as he was back in the day, but he was sharp enough to know that the predator class was sharpening their teeth and feasting upon, I don't even know how to say it, feasting on like the enslavement, the horrific aspects of humanity, feasting on it. And they've continued to, okay? And if this last year hasn't shown you that, I don't know what to say. So before we get there, I do want to remind everybody to please thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. 62,000 strong. But again, we're so censored here that we can barely get, we have 62,000. We can't get 40 people on the live stream. That's where we're at with YouTube. They're constantly taking down content that is truthful. They have labeled me harmful, which again, YouTube, I'm warning you, is libel. Okay? And then in one sentence say, because I cover controversial issues, that's harmful content. I haven't heard anybody. Who's really hurt people? Google, YouTube, Alphabet. Who's censoring truth? I'm certainly not. Mike Gravel wasn't for censoring truth. We're here. We're at the Rokfin. That's where all the uncensored videos are, all the videos they take down, and they're taking them down, guys. I'll show you at the end of this which video it is that they took it down, so you can look it up on Rokfin, go check it out, and just be in awe that they have the audacity to do such things, but we know that. Remember, if you do have a premium subscription, not only you get all my premium content, but you could also watch my full videos too, almost 3 hours long right here over on the Conspiracy Social Club, breaking down 9/11, an issue that is still very relevant. And I want to thank Odyssey for backing me up. That's where you can find the video also, because they take everything down retroactively. Also, guys, we're back on the GoFundMe. The links are down below. That's how you can financially support me if you don't want to do the Rokfin. Although at least make that free account over at the Rockfin. It hurts no one. So here's Mike, and we're going to play some of this because, right out of the gates, he actually talks about this kind of Faustian bargain that even the founders made by not abolishing slavery and how it cost the American people so much because it took away our ability to make laws.
Freedom, fairness, justice, morality, opportunity, peace, all goals of our founding fathers, and concepts central to the character of most Americans. Our founders envisioned a system where the people and their political leaders would be working together to nurture these concepts from generation to generation. Unfortunately, early on, in a compromise to perpetuate the evil institution of slavery in our Constitution, the people lost their power to amend the Constitution or to make laws. The compromise, those who compromised, they were able and they knew that the people would not vote to ratify the Constitution if slavery were included. They also knew that the people, if they had the power to make laws, that they would have outlawed it. The results of this unfortunate moral compromise took away the power of the people and brought about the primacy of representative government as we know it today, with a monopoly on legislative power. History teaches us nations fail when leaders fail their people. The decision to invade Iraq without provocation and fraudulently sold to the American people by a president consumed with messianic purpose sadly confirms that lesson of history. The Democrats controlled the Senate on October 11, 2002, and provided political cover for George Bush to invade Iraq.
I want to talk about that for a second. That is just so key. There were still, and just like today, not many people calling out both sides. In fact, almost none. So shout out to Gravel, okay? That this was about as a non-establishment politician as you could get out of Alaska, okay? And he called it like he saw it, and he was one of the very, very few people to really do it in the outset. And again, he was really, at the end of the day, just one of a handful of these people, right? Kucinich being among them, to question 9/11 with ferocity.
The Senate leadership could have refused to even take up the resolution. And many senators who opposed it could have mounted a filibuster. But the fear of opposing a popular warrior president on the eve of a midterm election prevailed. Political calculations trumped morality, and the Middle East was set ablaze. The Democrats lost that election anyway, but more so, the American people. It was politics as usual.
It's always politics as usual. However, again, the idea, it was just the fear, Mike, God rest your soul, is just not there. You know, these lobbyist groups, the people, the big money behind both parties, they know what they wanted. And even then, the vast majority of these people are just Muppet mouthpieces for that, right? Again, you go watch those debates. Biden had a plan. Hillary had a plan. John Edwards had a plan. Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama, had a plan to shut down Gitmo and get us out of Iraq. We're out of there. We're out. We're gone. We're done.
Given the extreme importance of any decision to go to war, and I'm anguished to make this statement, that anyone who voted for the war on October 11th, based upon what President Bush presented to them, is not qualified to hold the office of President of the United States.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He wasn't wrong then. And it just continues now, right? Think about it. Joey B, back when he was gangster, he could still speak. He was very fluent. You know, he wasn't a zombie, forgetting everything, trying to read off a prompter, trying not to stroke out on stage. He wasn't that guy then. Okay? He, just yesterday, Zombie Joe, signed off on more airstrikes over in Syria. These people are disgusting. Okay? And more fear and warmongering with Iran. It continues today, Mike. God rest your soul. I know you tried, bro. I get it. A lot of us tried. This is, got to be 13 and a half, maybe 14 years ago.
Political leaders must bring two qualities to office: political integrity and moral judgment. If political calculations trump morality and occasion substantial loss of human life, it reveals the sense of moral responsibility these candidates are likely to bring to the office of president.
And look where we are. Seriously. And look where we are. Remember, Biden sat amongst him. Think about the morality we're at. Think about the COVID 1984 nightmare we have all lived for the last 18 months. I'll tell you what. You guys know I've been on the road, and it hurts to see people's perceptions of what's really going on. I had a conversation with another one, my aunt down in Texas yesterday, and it's hard. These are hard conversations I'm having, and I guess if you're watching this, hopefully you're navigating it, and hopefully you see a guy like Mike Gravel, who literally tried to stand up against this predator class till the day he died, and set an example for the rest of us. And I don't think he was right all the time, by the way. There are several issues that I differ with the man, but I think that he was just. Okay, I think he was sincere. I think he was more than intelligent, and I think that he wanted a system of and for and by the people, a system of checks and balances, not a national security state where a secret military program of signature reduction has been running both foreign and domestically for over a decade without any oversight. Without any oversight. No, that's not what that man wanted. So thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Remember, the links to the GoFundMe are down below. Rockfin, because they're censoring me. Okay, I want to kind of just show this right here. Come on back over. We're gonna play the clip, but it's again, you can't say the I word apparently ever, so I'm not gonna say it. And I didn't. I just played this, and I predicted, will they censor this? It took a little while. I thought the thumbnail was cute in this one. Like, I had the Disco Burmese thumbnail in the background there. So, look, once again, YouTube has labeled me harmful content. Seriously, YouTube? Is that the deal? I'm the harmful content? Yikes. I wonder who's going to be on the right side of history, or is that just subjective because we don't have all the facts? Like the nice lady over at Facebook said from, the Project Veritas videos. That nice lady? Yeah. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the flip side.